Hello, you're welcome to Hisense Edu Consultant. Let me quickly show you how to balance your chemical equation. The simple trick to balance your chemical equation. Let's get started. Now, this is the first chemical equation for us to balance. And remember that this side is the reactant side, and this is the product side. So for you to balance this equation, let's do it here. Write your elements, that's the element involved, okay? And this is the reactant side, R, and another one is at the product side, okay? Reactant side and product side, okay? Then the next thing you need to do is to write down the elements at the reactant side. First one is calcium, write calcium, that is Ca. Second one is hydrogen, write hydrogen. The third one is carbon, write carbon. And the next one is oxygen, write oxygen. Check this side, is calcium, oxygen, and hydrogen. So it's well represented. So let's quickly compare the element at the product side and the reactant side. So we balance it immediately. So how many calcium is at the reactant side? We have 1 and 2. So there are 2 calcium at the reactant side. So let's check how many calcium at the product side. It's just 1. So for us to make this equal, we add 2 here. So 2 times 1 is, so we add the 2 here, right? So it is now balanced. So let's take the next element. The next element is hydrogen. Hydrogen is 2 here. Remember that this 2 is multiplying this, so it's 2 hydrogen, okay? Right? So, and here is another 2 hydrogen, right? Now, so that means we have 4 hydrogen, right? So 2 plus 2 is 4 hydrogen. So how many hydrogen do we have there? We have only 2 hydrogen. So for us to balance the number of hydrogen to be 4, we add 2 to it, making 4. So we write 2 here. So 2 times 2 is 4. So this is equal to 4. This is also balanced. So let's take the third element. The third element is carbon. So carbon is 2 here. So if you take this here, is 2 carbon. Okay, there's no another carbon here. So let's check here. Carbon is also what? 2. There is 2 carbon here. So carbon is balanced. 2, 2 is balanced, right? Now, let's take the next one, which is oxygen. Oxygen is how many here? 2 times 3 is 6. So here is oxygen is what? 6. Okay, is 6 here. Then 2 times 1 here is 2. So plus 2. Oxygen is what? 8. Let's check this side. Oxygen is 3 here times 2. So 2 times 3 is what? 6. So plus 2 times 1 is 2 equals to 8. So it is 8 and 8. So the equation is what? Balance. Okay. Now let's take the second one. Okay. Remember, we have element. Let's represent it with EL. Then remember, we have the reactant side and we have the product side. Let's write the element involved. The element involved is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, right? So carbon is how many here? 1, and carbon is 1 here. So carbon is balanced. Hydrogen is 4 here. So we have to balance it by adding this. We have 2 at this point, right? We have 2 hydrogen at this point. So for us to balance it, we add 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4. So hydrogen is also balanced. Then we are left with oxygen. So oxygen here is 2, but oxygen here is 2 plus 2 equal to what? 4. So since we have 2 here, we have 2 at this point and we have 4 at this point. So we just have to write add 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 and 4. So oxygen is also balanced. So the equation is balanced, right? Now let's take the last one. And the last one is, remember we have the elements, we have the reactant side, and we have the product side. Okay? Now outline the elements at the reactant side, which is H is the first, nitrogen is the second, oxygen, then sodium, then carbon. Okay, that's all. So how many hydrogen here? 1. But here we have 2 hydrogens. So here we have 2 hydrogen at this point. So in order for us to balance the hydrogen at this point, let's add 2 here. So here is also what? 2. So it's balanced. Okay. Now we are left with nitrogen. Nitrogen, these 2 times this is 2n. There is 2 nitrogen at this point. There is no nitrogen here. So since there is 2 nitrogen here, so we have to make this by adding 2 at this point. Okay, so that will give us 2. So nitrogen is balanced. Now let's check oxygen. Oxygen 2 times 3 is 6. You use this mole to multiply the number of molecules here. 2 times 3 is 6. So plus 3 is 9. So there are oxygen is 9 here, equal to 9. Let's check here. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9. So oxygen is 9, 9. So balance. Let's check sodium. Sodium is 2 here. There is 2 sodium here. And there is 2 sodium here. So 2, 2. Balance. Finally, carbon. Carbon is how many here? 1. And carbon is 1 here. So 1, 1. Balance. So that is how you use this simple trick to balance your chemical equation. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and share this video. Bye.